In 1948, finally after a hard march that led the Jewish people to emigrate to many countries in the world, the State of Israel was proclaimed in Palestine. This country would become the home of the Jews, and would put an end to the hardships and worries of this Semitic people. However, this would not be the first time that an attempt was made to create a country that would serve as a home for the Jews. Throughout the 19th and 20th century, there were multiple territories around the world that came to be analyzed in order to establish the State of Israel in them, and curiously, some of them were territories of the African continent. In 1903, the British colonial secretary Joseph Chamberlain met with the leader of the World Zionist Congress, Theodore Herzl, to propose the massive settlement of Jews in British East Africa, in a territory that today is part of Kenya, so that the Jews could begin his own state there. Herzl brought the idea to the World Zionist Congress, who agreed to finance an expedition to the region in order to study the geographic and profitability of said project. However, the only condition was that this would not be the permanent Jewish state, but something provisional. 2 years later, in 1905, the expedition returned and concluded that although the climate was pleasant and the lands fertile, the territory was infested by very dangerous animals such as lions. In addition, that the natives were not very friendly, so they discarded this project. In 1936, a year after the Italian invasion of Ethiopia, many Jews sympathetic to the fascist regime of Benito Mussolini began to consider the idea of establishing a Jewish state in northern Ethiopia, in what was then the Italian East Africa, in order to merge with the already existing Beta Israel Jewish community. This project offered Italy help to develop its colony, in addition to bringing the country closer to the Zionist movement and compete with Britain. However, this project failed for multiple reasons. In the first place, Mussolini made it clear that he would never tolerate granting independence to any Jewish state, and what it could offer them the most was a certain level of autonomy. In addition to that, at that time the project to establish a Jewish state in Palestine, at that time a territory administered by the British Empire, was already underway, so many Jews outside Italy simply rejected this project. Almost in parallel with the project of the Jewish state in Italian Ethiopia, in 1938, Nazi Germany began to plan a project to expel the Jews from Europe and resettle them in some other distant place. The chosen territory was the island of Madagascar, in the southernmost region of Africa, which at that time was a French colony. After the start of World War II and the fall of France in 1940, Germany began to take this project more seriously. A year later, in 1941, the Jewish American Committee published a special report where they rejected this project and explained their arguments about why Jews could not survive in such a remote and hostile place as Madagascar. However, by this time Germany did not have much interest in resettling the Jews out of Europe and decided to take much more radical measures to wipe out the Hebrew people. There were many other proposals to establish a Jewish state in many other territories on the planet, but this time I spoke specifically about the proposals that involve the African continent. If you know of any other, feel free to leave it in the comment box. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Remember that you can leave your opinion in the comments and tell me if you want a video about a particular topic.